This fragrance house is genuinely a problem. Now let me get something straight, it's not my problem, it's definitely not your problem, but other Middle Eastern brands or dupe brands such as Lattafa are really gonna struggle against this company. Also brands like Al-Haramain, also Fragrance World, Rayhan, Armaf, and many more.
Now the company is called Bujairami, and at the moment they're only in Australia.
Now the obvious question is, well, why are they a problem? Now there's a few sections we'll go into, but let's start with price. Now 100ml goes for 45 Australian dollars. For anyone wanting to know, that is 29 USD. That's also without taking into account their other sizes such as 50ml for 25 AUD, which is 16 USD. These are 8ml travel sprays, Tom Ford umbrella. Now for 8ml, that is 10 Australian dollars. Once again, that's about $6.50 USD. Having said that, I am aware that Middle Eastern perfume, I will say though that Middle Eastern perfume, I know in the Middle East it is a lot cheaper. I paid about 60 Australian dollars for this, and I'm sure in the Middle East you can get it for a lot cheaper. We have brands such as Lattafa doing clones of Imagination for I think $100, whereas Bujairami's is obviously 45. And keep in mind the option to have it in 50ml, which is more than enough. I guess the next thing to talk about could be the variety.
Before we get into variety, I quickly want to say all of these fragrances come packaged great. They all have pressurized atomizers. It's awesome.
They have clones of fragrances that I've never seen any other brand clone. They also have a clone of Vanilla Diorama called $1 Million Smell. Also Dark Spectre, a clone of Killian Black Phantom. They also have a clone of Arabian's Tonka. The great thing about Bujairami is if there's enough people talking about it and requesting it, he will do it. Now one of their top sellers, Bujairami Agar. I'm fully convinced that 1/3 of Australia's population owns a bottle of this. So this is a clone of PDM Altair, however you want to pronounce it, and it is spot on. Along with Power, probably their closest clones of the originals. I can almost guarantee you if I sprayed this and Altair and this and JPG Lamal Elixir, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Also, I'm talking in theory, but I've actually done this. Now I could make this part its own category, but I won't. I'll just have it as an extension. Let's talk about their original creations. There are quite a few: Australian Watermelon, The Aftermath, Ruthless Vanilla, and some other ones. Now I do own two. I got Ruthless Vanilla and The Aftermath. And to me, I thought it was funny as fuck. They were cloning fragrances almost 1-to-1. And then they were also doing original creations just to say, look, we can get that close and then we can also make our own shit. Ruthless Vanilla is really nice. And The Aftermath is one of the most versatile fragrances. You can wear it all season around. It's like a Ventus with a bit of a twist, its own twist. All right, next let's talk about performance. Now when it comes down to Bujairami fragrances, I get minimum 6 hours from each of them. The one thing to consider with these fragrances is how strong is the original. Take something that is strong, such as Arabian's Tonka, grab their clone of it, the Chic, and you'll notice that the performance is also strong. Another one, JPG Lamal Elixir, this is their clone Power, which also lasts and performs really well. So the one thing I recommend when choosing Bujairami fragrances, how strong is the original and how much do you like the original? If you like the originals, you will like Bujairami's version, because they get that close that you probably won't know the difference, and if you do, it's quite a slight difference. $45, it's hard to look back at Lattafa when some of their fragrances are 60, 70, even $110. I've got more Lattafas than I do Bujairamis, so I'm not biased towards any brand, nor am I getting paid by any brand. Also, without discrediting Lattafa and those other brands too hard, some of my favorite fragrances are from Lattafa. Badi Al Oud Honor and Glory, and my favorite fragrance in my collection, Badi Al Oud Amethyst. That's right, this is my favorite fragrance in my collection, and it's from Lattafa. And this is most certainly in my top 10. It is beautiful. But yes, at the moment they're only in Australia. They did recently register in the UAE, so big things to come, and hopefully they go worldwide soon. Adam, the workers, and everyone involved in this business are just so good at what they do and very genuine, nice people. And that's what you want at the core of your business. Yes, they could raise their prices, who knows, they might even do it in the future, but they're sticking to their $45, promising value to their customers. And to the point where if they add an extra $5 or $10 onto each bottle, I would still purchase, because this is worth a lot more than 45 Australian dollars. Now, when they do expand internationally, I don't know what their pricing will be like since they'll be in different markets. But one thing I can show you based on the experiences with them in Australia, their quality. Their fragrances are cheap, they're affordable, but extremely, extremely high quality. So really, the question is, what's the catch? And to that, I couldn't tell you. Well, it's gotta be harsh, it's gotta have a bad opening, it must not last long. No. Anyway guys, if you're new to the channel, drop it a follow. If you're not following my TikTok, give that a follow too. That's probably where most of you guys know me from. But yeah guys, until the next one, stay safe, bless up, take care of yourself.